we sat in our steel bucket seats, and the takeoff time was 10:41.
Tom Rice has vivid memories of that night 70 years ago when he flew across the English Channel in the pre-dawn hours of D-Day.
I can't recall exactly how long the flight was, other than maybe 57 minutes, 59 minutes.
Only 22 years old, Rice was among the oldest of the 18 paratroopers on board the C-47 military transport plane. All were part of the 101st Airborne Division, 501st Parachute Infantry, Company C. The once avid runner and lifelong Coronado resident says he had no time during the flight to worry. He was busy assisting his jump master with equipment.
Then I moved up to the front, make sure that everybody was alert and awake and cigarettes were out.
Their mission, dubbed Operation Overlord, was to parachute behind enemy lines in German-occupied France near the beaches of Normandy. They were to secure bridges, roads, and canals just hours before a massive sea and land invasion of 5,000 ships and nearly 140,000 American and Allied troops. For Rice, the mission was the culmination of a year and a half of intensive training.
You know, there's 45 aircraft in a V of V's shape. I was in the third one to the right.
In all, more than 1,000 planes stretched for miles across the sky. From the plane's open back door, Rice watched enemy fire streaking up from the ground as they approached their jump location.
We were yawing and pitching, trying to get away from the flak, and all those candleworks coming up at us.
Heavy fog and enemy fire caused pilots to panic and break up their formations. Still, Rice says, the red light above the back door of the plane came on.
That means we got 5 minutes to go. So we got them, the lieutenant got us all standing, and the order there, stand up and hook up.
Rice was always the first jumper out of the plane, so when the green light came on, he jumped and got snagged.
My armpit got caught in the lower left-hand corner of the door.
He swung himself out with a load of gear on his back that outweighed him.
I normally weighed 137 pounds. That night I weighed 276.
He says he twisted, freed himself, opened his chute, and plunged in pitch darkness toward heavily armed Germans, miles from his intended drop zone. He made a hard landing in a field near Utah Beach. Many paratroopers died when they fell into rivers and drowned from the weight of their gear. Others were shot and killed during their descent. By nightfall on June 6th, more than 9,000 American and Allied troops were dead or wounded.
So we were spread over 400 square miles. Only 15% of us got together for the first 5 or 6 days.
Rice spent 37 days fighting in Normandy, living out of holes and equipped with just 3 days of food. He says he lost many friends and saw things eyes weren't meant to see. He's never forgotten.
No, that stays.
His living room mantle is filled with memorabilia and awards, including a Bronze Star, Oak Leaf Cluster, and Purple Heart.
There's the 2 medals that the French Department of Ancient Warriors gave me.
He hasn't always openly shared his war stories. After retiring from the military, he got married, had 5 children, and was a history teacher in Chula Vista for 44 years. But his students were never aware their teacher was a walking history lesson.
They figured I was in the military, but I never told them a word about I was in an airborne.
Not even when he taught lessons about World War II and D-Day.
That stuff was still too heavy, and it just didn't do it.
Now, at 92, Rice uses every opportunity to share his accounts of D-Day and World War II. He knows his aging generation of D-Day veterans is fading.
I developed a lot of camaraderie with those guys, because they have a lot in common with them.
Rice plans to commemorate the 70th anniversary like he does every anniversary by jumping out of an airplane, this year over Otay Lakes in South County.
Yeah, we haven't done it yet, but we're going to do it.
Rice was among the first American troops to set foot in Normandy, young, scared, and unsure he'd survive. Even at a distance of 7 decades, the day continues to shape his life. Susan Murphy, KPBS News.